How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast, a podcast about beer and video games. I'm your host, Beau, and with me, as always, we have the lovely Kelly.
Hello.
And we have, back from the grave, the man that edits all these podcasts, Sam. How are you?
I have returned. I feel like I'm back from the grave. I've been stuck in my house for weeks now.
I know you have.
Today was the first day I was actually like in public around people again. It was rewarding.
Yeah.
Fun to return to public after quarantine, and we'll leave it at that.
You're just saying hi to everyone. You're just like, it's a lovely day outside. Yeah.
My lucky stars, humans. Hello.
That's great. Well, it's good to have you on, Sam and Kelly. It is great to record with you so soon from our last recording.
How we're back in the groove. It feels so nice.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I was going to say it's a groove every month or so.
Yeah, that's our groove.
I would be fine with
months.
Yeah, I would be fine with once a month. But we'll see. I mean, we have
how's the dad things going?
The dad things are going good. My baby is 5 months old. She goes to bed okay, but then she wakes up like at first like every half an hour until she actually goes to sleep.
Rough. Yeah.
And then at night she screeches and screams every 2 hours. So it's an alarm clock every 2 hours until I wake up from my actual alarm clock. But sometimes I'm already awake. So
it kind of keeps you on edge no matter what anyway. But that's tough to work through, but it comes in waves.
Yeah, it's fun, I guess. I mean, that's the worst part of it. Like everything else is awesome.
Yeah.
My wife is at home. She's a stay-at-home mom currently, and I know it's tough on her to like be around a baby all the time, even though it is your baby. It's just like, oh boy, here's more screaming. You know,
no judgment there.
She's probably doing the same thing as Sam when she goes out in public. Oh my stars, another human.
Sam probably concentrated even more than that because, it was a lot of me and Linky here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
but I get it. Can relate.
I saw he was. You sent me some pictures of him playing a video game.
Yeah, so we had him. Sometimes he'll hang out down with me in my nerd lair for a few minutes, and I had him sitting in this very chair, and he's holding an Xbox controller. And I tried to get him to play. It's a Steam game that I have, Hot Wheels Unleashed, actually a really fun racing game, and it's on a bunch of platforms. And he was mad that it was actually a video game, and like he had control of it and everything, which I don't usually do. So then I got out old Logitech PC controller and put him in front of the Disney movie Frozen. And he was sitting there playing Frozen and was content with that for about an hour.
That's great.
He likes to be independent now, that's for sure.
That's great. I'm looking forward to that time. Because right now I'm like, oh, cool. I have my Switch with me. Addie just got fed. Let's go just sit on the couch together. You can watch me play the Switch or just like zone out because you're a baby. And then as soon as I sit, she's just like, meh, like I'm ready to do something else. I'm like, no, I just want to play this video game. So it's a lot of adjusting, but it's fine. Like I'm getting a lot of my gaming in. She goes to bed at 7:30. So I'm getting a lot of gaming in right after she goes to bed, and then we just tag team it. Like as soon as she screams, one of us goes up and the other comes down. And
dad life gaming gets later and later and later as more time gets taken by fatherhood. You find yourself sitting here playing games and you're like, I'm only going to sleep for like 5 hours tonight, but it's 11:30 and I don't care. At least I get that way sometimes. I
mean, for sure. I'm going to bed with my Switch now, but like before it was like a PSP or a Game Boy or something. So I try to go to bed like around 10:30. But I'm still like gaming in bed for a little. But I've been passing out with like a Switch in my hands, which isn't good if it drops on your face. It hurts a lot.
Okay.
So don't do it.
Don't sleep and Switch.
Yeah. So are you guys drinking beer?
Duh.
Oh, it wouldn't be precisely without a beer.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, my fridge is a little silly right now.
With a lot of beer or what?
No, if it were silly in a good way, it's silly that I don't have much better beer. Because I could start by saying I am sipping on the illustrious Keystone Light right now.
Oh my!
Ooh,
I think that's a first for Precisely.
I like to bring the lower shelves into Precisely. I like to be the levity to our top shelf that we tend to go on the program. I have introduced National Bohemian to the podcast in the past, but yes, my session light beer crappy Pilsner that I've always loved. And it's one of those you just want to go to the distributor and get cheap ass beer and light beer because you just don't feel like having anything else. But I got one other roster lineup for later that's a little bit less lowfalutin, we'll say.
All right.
That's good.
Kelly, what are you drinking?
Well, I got a couple on deck for tonight, but I have, first off, hashtag sorry not sorry, the peach IPA from Evil Genius.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah.
I've had that a few times.
I got a mix of 6 the other day for the Super Bowl to take to my friend's house so I could have a couple beers, and I put that one in there. So I don't think I've had this one, but I like peach, I like IPAs, and I like Evil Genius, so
I love their names too. That always entices me.
Their new can style is nice. Do you like their art style like I was showing you there?
Yeah,
like it's just blocky. It's just like different colors, and then it's just blocky lettering. It's very simple.
Compact fonts too.
Very clean.
It reminds me of like Apple in the 90s or 2000s.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the can says a bold peach IPA that said what it said. We took a bright, full-bodied IPA, generously dry-hopped it with Simcoe, Mosaic, and Azacca, and then made it even more mouth-watering by adding natural peach flavor. And girl, we are totes not sorry we did, girl.
I love it. I like that hops mixture too. That's in a couple of other things. Those 3 specifically.
It's a 6.7. It's a pretty easy drink so far. I like it.
Awesome. So how's the peach on it?
It's there. It's not overbearing, but it mixes nice with like the hop citrus flavor.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty good. It's not like too strong as far as like the bitterness either. Like for those who don't like to drink a bitter IPA, it's definitely on the fruitier side, but it's pretty good.
Cool. So I am drinking Tall Tale Sinister 6 IPA. And it's different. It's in a larger can. Can you guys see this?
Yes, we are looking at each other. You are not looking at us, listeners, but we see a nice looking can.
Yeah, so it looks like it's Spider-Man related. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Oh, yeah.
So Sinister 6 is a Spider-Man, like it's a villain thing, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I believe it is. It's the original 6 villains. Don't quote me.
And they were going to eventually lead to that in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies, and then they cut after that. But anyway, beer.
Yeah, so it's good. It's not really like the typical IPA that I drink. It tastes darker. It tastes almost like a heavier brown ale. The bitters are very hoppy. I just had it up, but then I minimized it, and I'm like really bad with technology, I've learned. Let me see where this is. Okay. So it says, face front true believers, introducing one of the deadliest IPAs of all time. Sinister 6 is a West Coast IPA and brewed with a blend of 6 different hops and dry hopped with Citra and Mosaic. It weighs in at a 7%. And I mean, it tastes simple but very hoppy. Almost like a little too hoppy for me, but I like it because it's different. You know, it's not like the typical IPA that I drink that is like a easy drinking West Coast Pale Ale or a New England IPA. But I picked it because of the can art.
That's usually what I end up doing.
Yeah.
I owe myself a fun beer run here because my birthday's on Saturday.
Another February birthday. Man, we have the trifecta. Listen, okay, next February, Kayla, me, and Sam, we're coming together. We're doing the ultimate February birthday celebration.
I'm down for that.
And I actually have a bunch of family whose birthdays are all this month as well. We did like back before, but in the before time when you could get everybody together for a gathering. We did a picture of like 5 of us that all had birthdays within like a week of each other. It's crazy. But yeah, I owe myself a beer.
Yeah, you should.
Say it's been a minute since I've done a quality beer run.
Yeah. Go get some good beer, Sam.
I was going to say, on the topic of beer and birthdays, actually, this jogged my memory. I know we don't talk about this place very much, but for my birthday and then my friend's birthday is like 3 days after mine or something, 2 or 3 days after mine. We go in between for birthday dinner. And this year we picked going to the new 0 Day Tap Room down in Harrisburg. We haven't been there yet, so I was excited to try the Mexican food. But I was impressed. Have you been?
I have not.
Beau, I know you probably haven't. Sam, had you been yet?
I have not, no. Where's the new tap room at?
It's on 3rd, right next to Need.
Yeah,
Pizza.
okay. Yep.
It's definitely a little bit bigger than, like, as far as seating and everything than the old one. It's like nice and clean looking too. Like, it's not too busy or not too industrial looking or anything. It's pretty nice. Obviously they still have all their like beers and seltzers and stuff on tap or whatever. But they have a cantina of like Mexican food menu. Mm-hmm. It was incredible.
Really?
I had the best smothered burrito I've had in a long time. It was really good. Yeah, it was incredible. So I was very pleased with that. But I had yesterday. I had their Strong Island sour, which was pretty good, very sour. Mm-hmm. And then I had a peachy IPA there too. I can't remember what it was called, but that was pretty good too. But yeah, it was pretty nice.
For the viewers and listeners that don't know, I used to work there and manage that brewery. It sort of got me into beer and knowing about beer, and left there, got fired from there, very bitter for a few years. And I actually tried their beer for the first time in 3 years, like 2 weeks ago.
I was going to say, weren't you just there?
Yeah, I was at the Broad Street Market.
Right, yeah.
And I made a story saying, just tried this beer after 3 years of not drinking a 0 Day beer, 4 out of 10. Just like, like as a joke, but like I was being serious. And it was funny, the amount of people that messaged me about it, like agreeing with me. Like they were like, yeah, their beer's subpar. I'm like, it was more of a joke, but yeah.
Oh gosh,
it got a lot of attention.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to shine. I know that we don't necessarily shine a positive light on it because of that, but to people who have no ties or severed ties with the brewery, it is really nice, and it's definitely worth a shot if you are out this way.
I would love to check out their new location, and honestly, the Mexican food makes me more intrigued than anything.
It's real good. They do a brunch too.
Okay.
I bet Kayla would like that. She's a brunchy type person, right?
Yeah.
Do they have a drag brunch though? That's what I want to know.
I didn't see one, but
well, that's 1 to Lovedrafts and 0 to 0 Day then, as far as I'm concerned.
And talking about Lovedrafts,
I agree. Transition.
So Lovedraft Brewing Company, the brewery that we absolutely love, that loves us. Thank you, Lovedrafts, for loving us so much, for making us record podcasts again.
They love us, and now they've drafted us.
Yes.
We are
How do you like that?
So
drafted.
Kelly and I and my wife Kayla went there 2 weeks ago and brewed a beer at Lovedrafts with the master brewer Terry and his assistant Tyler. And we learned so much about beer.
Oh yeah.
And it was so much fun.
Dude, it was incredible. It was so fun. Like, we were rolling up. It was like 10:30 in the morning, and we had a beer in our hand by 11.
Yeah.
We were ready to go. And it was like out of the tank beer too. Like, it wasn't like we're pouring from the tap. We were getting the the good stuff.
Yeah, it was
not fully ready stuff.
Yeah, still in the fermenter, not carbonated, but very tasty. Like it doesn't need to be carbonated essentially to know like what it tastes like. That's carbonation. I feel like is more for a beer to like last in a glass while you're sitting at a bar. This is more like we're sipping it to try it, and
it was like a beer trailer, like before you get to the movie.
Yeah,
and it's the previews.
I told Terry when he handed me the first beer and I'm drinking it, I'm like, man, I told myself today that I wouldn't have a beer until 3 p.m. And he just laughed hysterically. He was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. We drank a lot of beer, but we made a delicious beer. So Terry listened to 2 episodes ago when it was the 3 of us recording. And we talked about if we did brew a beer, hypothetically speaking, and we made a precisely beer, what would it be? And I think I said a session IPA. One of us said session IPA.
I think it was you, yeah.
And then someone said a sour, which might have been me again. I don't know.
I think you said a sour, and I think Kelly and I kind of agreed on some type of session.
Yeah.
I think I remember saying like, I feel like it should be a session because we typically fit the descriptor of a session when we're sessioning a few beers.
I think I said an IPA because we're always drinking an IPA.
Yeah,
that's legit too. Yeah,
but
it'd be so easy for us to re-listen to that episode and know. But let's just keep guessing who said what.
I could pretend like I remember if that helps.
Yeah. So either way, someone said sour, someone said session, and Terry was like, "I want to make a blueberry sour session IPA for you guys."
No, it's not. It's a hoppy pale gose ale.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. It's more. The vocabulary is good on it. A hoppy.
It's really long because everybody's like, "What is this type of beer?" And I'm like, "I got to pull up the label. Hold on, I don't even know."
So say it one more time.
I mean, it's kind of like a sour.
Okay, so let's go over this. The beer itself is called Precisely.
Yes.
And it will only, unfortunately, for anybody who's outside of our area, it is only available at the Lovedrafts location in Mechanicsburg on draft, and we'll be canning a couple as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a blueberry sour session hoppy pale gose ale.
So for anyone that doesn't know what a gose is, that's a salted sour.
Yes.
And a hoppy ale is essentially like a pale ale.
Yes.
So
it's not, well, I was going to say it's clocking in at a 4.5%. So it's light on the alcohol by volume, but it's going to have a lot of different flavors working with it.
Yeah. The blueberry's going to be probably the dominant and then have a little bit of a bitter and a little bit of sour.
Yeah.
With a pinch of salt.
So I'm definitely going to be needing a good quantity of cans of this.
Yes. I'm thinking it's almost going to be like if you think about like a blueberry lemon tart or something like that. That's kind of how I'm imagining the end flavor in a beer format, because you've got the citrusy stuff and then you've got the little salt from
I'm very curious about the blueberry as it relates to the sour, because I love sours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not really had that fruit combination in one before.
It's usually like a raspberry or some other berry.
Right. I've had plenty of raspberry gozes and strawberry. And I'll be kind of curious how this goes. I mean, I've yet to have something from Lovedrafts that I didn't really enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to what you guys came up with. And I'm jealous both that I couldn't be there that day because shit went crazy. And that the special day that is going to be the release of the beer, which we should talk about before I whine about the fact that I don't get to be there for that either.
We'll pull back the curtain. Let's finish talking about the creation first before we move into the release.
Yeah.
So we got to see literally everything from we tasted the malt and we got to stir the shit. We got to watch all the buttons being pressed and all the hoses being attached and
yeah.
it
Terry
was
did
literally everything.
All the work, essentially.
We stirred.
We stirred a little bit.
There is photo evidence of that.
Mm-hmm.
We stirred a little bit. Tyler didn't let us stir that long. He was like, let me take over this.
He's the pro. I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah. But they already had labels printed out of our logo on the can, and then the whole title of the beer, 4.5%. In collaboration with Lovedrafts. It like I was just blown away, like how they already had everything so lined up.
You're ready to go.
Like
it was
when
incredible.
I don't know, like in my head, even though I worked at a brewery for 3 years, like when I think beer making, I just think sort of like people just like getting drunk, like throwing a bunch of like ingredients together and hoping something good comes out of it.
Oh yeah,
and
I agree.
Terry just like had it down to a science. He uses a program on his laptop. He knows the temperatures of what everything should be at, the amount of grains, and what the profiles will come out then, like what it's supposed to taste like, essentially, because of all the math that he put into it. And then the program spits it out on like, this is what you need to add. This is how much you need to add. This is when you need to add it.
Beer brewing simulator.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It was, yeah, because I agree. I thought, like, you know, you go to all these brewery tours and you talk about homebrew and stuff like that. And yeah, it kind of just feels like, oh, we're going to throw a bunch of shit in a pot and hope it works. But Terry is like super precise. Like, I was like, this is very scientific. Like, there were exact numbers. There was that whole sheet of like the recipe that we saw when he first got started. It was just a whole like sheet of paper, and it was just numbers. Like, and you know, here's, you know, the temperatures and then the how much of whatever and the time that it has to be on there. And it was seriously wild, like how precise it has to be. Precisely.
Yes.
New soundbite.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah. So it was a very fun, informative time. Just like learning a bunch of stuff. Can I like regurgitate it? No, not at all. Like put me in that room again with all the same ingredients. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. No,
I have no idea.
Thank God Terry's there, you know?
Yeah, he's been doing it long enough. Thank God.
Thank God. So I'm excited for it. He sent us a picture. He already fruited it with blueberry. Yeah. So the beer is looking very purple and dank. Very excited for it. He said it tastes great already. That it was like fast acting. He thought it was going to have to ferment or stay like how it was for a week before he fruited it, but it seemed like he fruited it within like 3 days of it sitting. He's like, this is a very active yeast, like more active than I thought it would be. So I had to throw in the fruit when I did. And then I think the yeast eats the sugar of the fruit, and that makes more alcohol or less alcohol. I'm not really sure how it works, but yeah, I'm excited to try it. So March 5th is the release day of the beer. It will be in cans and on draft, like Kelly said. We're going to have a release party that Precisely is hosting. So Kelly and I will be there with a Nintendo Switch on a projector screen, big screen. Anyone can come and join. And we're playing Super Smash Brothers. We're going to have a tournament, and not sure if we're going to cap how many people can sign up. Maybe we should think about that, so we're not like playing games all night long.
Yeah, we also need to figure out how we're this is not a podcast conversation, but we need to figure out how we're totally determining a winner. Tournament. Yeah, we didn't really specify how we're determining a winner, so or you know, anyway, that's for later.
Yeah, well, it'll be like
do timed probably instead of stock. What do you think? Or what's the common?
Well,
what's the common tourney format?
This is our first one.
Yeah, so. Hopefully not our last one.
No, I don't think it'll be.
I think tournaments that I see typically go stock. The more I think about it.
Well, we will look at and see what our format should be.
Yeah, I would rather do it stock, honestly.
I think that makes more sense because the games could then be quick, or they could be, you know, exhilarating, exciting.
Yeah, I feel like time is always like you feel shorted. you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I only got 1 kill in, but I'm still the winner. Like,
right. Well,
so
you guys can figure that out.
Yeah, we'll do stock, and we'll probably limit the amount of people that can sign up. But I'm guessing at least 40 people could still sign up for it and play and have fun. So March 5th, sign up is at 6 p.m. or like sign up all day. I don't know. And then the tournament starts promptly at 7 p.m. So we're not there all night. We'll do teams of 4, not teams, but battles of 4 people at one time on the big screen, and just take rounds. So whoever wins that moves on to the next round, and just play it like that,
Awesome. And the more I'm thinking about it, I will probably be able to be there later in the evening.
You should.
Because I have to put up I'm doing the school musical, and our show is only like an hour long, and I'm pretty sure that I have no kid for the evening. So we could probably come out and hang out anyway.
Yes.
So I will probably plan on being out at some point. I mean, I got to get the beer no matter what, but
well, I know Venus, Terry's wife, is saving a few cases for the 3 of us.
Awesome. Because not only do I love the whole thing, but the beer just sounds awesome.
Yeah. So either way, there will be a winner. We're going to do the top 3. So on the last round, if there's 4 people, I guess, playing on the last round, the top 3 will all get rewarded as long as there's enough people that participate. But I think there will be.
I'm sure there will be. We're garnering some traction already from what I can see. And it's only been a day of it, essentially, or 2.
I have a friend from Lancaster who claims he might try and make his way up that way.
As soon as you say the word Super Smash Brothers tournament, people just start coming out of the no, you don't even have to say beer. Just Super Smash Brothers tournament. People come out of the woodwork like termites.
Yeah,
they start crawling towards the location, wherever it is. But if we would have said the word melee as well, we probably would have gotten a lot more. We
would have got the gamers that are out to game. We would have
somebody showed up with their own controller.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but
we could probably expect that from somebody anyway. Say they have the.
We're not going to allow own controllers. I think.
No.
Okay. We'll keep it stock so we know nobody's cheating.
Can you cheat with your own controller?
I don't know.
I don't know how to cheat.
If someone brings their own controller, I'm going to let them play with their own controller. No?
I just don't want to give anybody an unfair advantage.
Okay.
I don't know if that's unfair or not.
We'll have to discuss this off air, I guess.
We've got a couple of weeks. We got to iron some things out, obviously.
We should probably play Super Smash Brothers together and see how long like a game takes of like stock 3 or stock 5.
I was so excited. I actually got on and was like, "Where was I at in this adventure mode?"
Yeah, I'm about to do that myself and try to unlock more characters and stuff.
I haven't played in ages.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe we could all just hop online someday soon and play against each other.
I'm down. I'm pretty sure there was like cobwebs on the back of my Switch cartridge, and they were like, "What? Do you know what this is? Are you sure you want to put this in?"
So, Kelly, tell us about the prizes because you're the one that's handing those out.
Yeah, I'm going to Vanawhite some prizes for everybody. So I guess the top 3, like we said, are going to get gift cards to my store, so you can go pick out what you want because I don't want to choose for you. And I think we're going to do 50, 25, and 10 in increments. And then depending on what I can scrounge up, maybe there'll be a physical prize as well for the top winner. But we'll see what I can get. We'll definitely have gift cards for sure.
I feel like we should make a trophy.
Ooh.
Except I just threw away a bunch of old trophies.
Damn.
Dang it.
Go get them.
Yeah.
I'll have to look in the garbage from like 3 weeks ago.
There you go.
I wonder where that is.
Well, maybe we could make a crown.
Ooh, let's just go to Burger King, get a crown, and then just put our logo sticker on the
I can. I'll think on the trophy thing. I think I could come up with something.
I'm sure we can make something.
I got some stuff laying around that might be fun to turn into a trophy. I'll put it that way for now.
Okay. We can definitely make something.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you'll might be getting some sort of fun physical trophy from us, but you'll definitely get a gift card if you win. And then you get to come see me and pick out something cool over there. So it'll be awesome.
It should be a really fun time, and we get to release our beer too, which will be great. Like, I'm so excited for people to try our beer and say that they love it, hate it, or whatever, you know.
Oh, my friend already told me. She was like, she doesn't like beer, and I know this, but she was like, I'm so excited for your beer to come out so I can take a sip and say, I hate this, and give it to
you. That's great. Yeah, I can't wait to see like what people say. And, you know, we've said it before, but Lovedrafts is all about video games. Like, they're about the retro and the new. The owner, Justin, he's always been a gamer all of his life. And his first bar, which is JB Lovedrafts in Harrisburg, I fell in love with because each table had its own TV and like a retro video game system. And you could just go up to the bar and say, hey, you know, I don't want to play Mario Kart anymore on the 64. Can I get 007? And the bartender would hand it to you so that you and your buddies could play. That's exactly how Lovedrafts Brewing Company is right now. But I believe this will be their first like actual video game tournament at the brewery. Mm-hmm. So that's so exciting. And I hope it goes so well that they're like, yes, please do this more often here. Because that'll just give us good exposure. And just, you know, it's something I've always been on my bucket list, not just brewing a beer, but, you know, hosting video game tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even just that. It's just like being able to provide that to somebody, because I feel like, you know, there are bars and stuff like barcades and stuff in bigger cities that have these video game tournament nights or retro video game night or whatever. But we don't really have that option around here. So to be able to cater to the people around here that like that stuff, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's a perfect location for it, is all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Like, it could be at any other brewery, but like Lovedrafts is the perfect place. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we're excited for it. Sam, hopefully you can make it.
I think I'm going to pull some strings and be able to come out because I don't see any reason. We usually go out for a drink after the show anyway. And what better reason to go out to Lovedrafts?
Yeah. So, very true. Kelly, do you think we shouldn't be in the tournament?
Oh, no. I thought we were just going to be...
You got to have a hype man. You got to be the host.
We're just hyping. I know, we're just
but
hosting.
I sort of want to play though.
I think you could play. I think it's appropriate.
Okay.
As long as you guys have your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
And you maybe have some kind of neutral party.
Yeah.
So I'll let you play. I don't want to.
I say, if you win, your motivation is probably at a minimum.
No, I don't want to muddy my own waters. So
guess what, kids? I win the $50 gift card to my own store.
Also, we all know that I'm not going to win a Super Smash Brothers tournament. Let's be very real right now.
It'd be funny if I won, though.
So that's the problem. If we do end up in a situation like that, now I have to be like,
suck it, nerds. I win.
Well, that's why
we're coming to my tournament.
We should probably just count ourselves out. But
okay, so that's what I was thinking. Fun. How about this though? How about if there's like it's missing one person, you know, like on the last game, I could be like, all right, then I'll jump in. You know,
that's fine.
Okay.
I think that's appropriate, but I don't think we write ourselves in the tournament. I think we just focus on sportscasting.
Okay. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to bring our microphones, I'm guessing, and just
I guess we got to talk that one out with Justin. But yeah, we'll just set up a little table to the side and
he's at the 10, the 15.
Yeah.
That's why
Joe Buck our way through this sportscast.
Cool. Yeah, and then Sam, when you come in, we can like tag team it.
Oh yeah, no, I'll go full Buck.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the voice for
New York. Oh, I could do it.
He's got the voice for it.
I come with professional broadcasting experience.
Yeah, you definitely do. Your voice is where it's at.
See, that's one of those punches he didn't want to miss. Thanks, Sam.
You know what you're gonna want to do right here? You're gonna want to win.
Say this. You see, in this fight, it's a fight you want to win here.
You can't afford to lose.
So,
well, we should definitely bring headphones though, so we can hear each other talk.
Okay, we'll have to talk to Justin about what our setup
full
is.
setup. I'm sure they can. I'm sure they probably have house gear that they can just have ready for you.
Let us use.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we will. All right. Anything else about that?
No, I'm just psyched as shit. Let's do this.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, me too. Pumped for it. All right. So what games have you guys been playing since the last time we talked? Kelly, do you want to go first?
Not too many. It's been busy.
Yeah.
And like I said, my birthday was last week, so a lot of my time that wasn't at work, I was trying to do things with people for my birthday since I work on the weekend and on my birthday. But yeah, I played a little bit of, like I said, I played a little Smash Brothers today, but I don't know. Did you try that Pac-Man 99 yet?
No.
Oh, that game's great. I have played Pac-Man 99.
It's the Tetris 99, but it's just Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
a lot of fun.
Like Tetris 99 was fun for me, but like Tetris is a fun game, but it wasn't like, one of my staple, I don't know how to put this, but like my staple time waster game or something. Like I would definitely play a lot of Tetris, but not a lot like where I would get to the point where I'd be getting like competitive at it. But Pac-Man,
I'm not good enough at it to feel that way either.
Pac-Man, I can definitely. I was in the top 20 in the last game I played here like an hour ago.
Pac-Man reminds me a little bit more of Mario 35, which I really enjoyed while it was a thing. Mm-hmm. Where you have a little bit more of an opportunity for like random elements to actually affect the game, whereas there's those people that are just like savants at Tetris and just incredible at it.
Yeah, if you don't have spatial recognition as quick as somebody else, you weren't good at Tetris 99, which I think that's where I got the hang up is like, yes, I love Tetris, but I don't have it competitively.
Yeah. So what, when you like hit certain things, then it attacks other people's maps? Like you hit like the thing that turns ghost, or like if you kill a ghost, does a ghost go to someone else's?
I don't know the exact what it does, but there are like these little ghost trails that like adds more ghosts, and then you can eat them up when you get the big ball that makes them turn blue.
Okay. And
I don't know if that sends them to somebody else, but you definitely get some points for it.
It does add in, some of those like fighting elements, so to speak.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, so I haven't played it long enough to like know the inner workings of it, but I am enjoying it.
So is that free?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, free on Switch.
Cool. I'll definitely have to download it.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lot of fun.
I beat It Takes Two with Kayla, and oh my god, it was so much fun. It was the game that we played for the last month. Like we only get like an hour, maybe 2 hours, if our baby doesn't cry a bunch after putting her to bed, to play each night. And that's like what we did. Instead of watching a TV show or movie, it was like, let's play It Takes Two. And there were so many things that I loved about it. Only a couple things that I didn't like. It got dizzy for the both of us sometimes. That was like a flaw where like the camera was moving too much, or like the video was just moving too much, where you're just like sort of feel nauseous after playing it, and we would have to take breaks. Another thing is that Kayla and I love like exploring every nook and cranny of a video game and collecting every little thing. And this did not have that. The one thing that it did have was like, oh, there's like an NPC character that you can like jump on, or there's snowballs that you can throw at each other, but it doesn't do anything extra.
Darn, I hate that.
Yeah, doesn't have that banjo quality to it.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that. Yeah, same. And I feel like most gamers are always looking for that. That's what you see in most games. But at the same time, it was a quality story, quality controls. It made each one of us like feel challenged, but also it was never too hard to get any level done. Like there were some levels that I would have to do for her and then pick up my controller and do it because it was just like too nauseating for her to play. Like there's a part where you have to jump on a spider's back and the spider's like going upside down and around tree branches. And she's like, I can't do this. It's too much. But luckily I was able to do her part and then go to my part and be fine with it. The very end though, not to spoil anything, but you're like riding Mario Kart's Rainbow Road and the main character, the husband's like, oh, it's a me. Like he doesn't say it's a me Mario, but he's like, it's a me. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And there's like a lot of callbacks to like other video games, which I thought was really fun. It was like almost like watching like Ready Player One and like seeing a bunch of callbacks on that movie, being like, oh, cool. Like they recognize that video game. But really, like, we were both in tears at the end. We were just like, this was a beautiful game.
Huh.
So
Nice.
if you have a partner or a friend, pick it up and play it. It's not that long of a game. It might have taken us like 20 hours, but if you're both gamers, it'd probably only take like 12 to 15. And then I went back to Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I am so freaking close to beating it, but goddamn, there's so much story to it. It's just story after story. You do like one little thing, and it's so much dialogue, but very close. So the next podcast, I plan on talking about the ending of that. And that's about it.
Nice.
Sam?
Nice.
So I've kind of gone back to some old faithfuls recently. I recently picked up the remastered version of an old LucasArts game called Full Throttle, which I adore. I've played through it like probably a dozen times since I was like 8 or 9 years old. But it's a point and click adventure game. It has a couple action elements in it, but it's one of those games that you have to do some like minor puzzle solving, but it's enough engagement that like you can sort of let it alone every like couple of years and you have to go back and sort of test yourself again and see if you can even get through it. So I've been playing that on my phone actually because it's on like every platform now, but it's actually a pretty decent point and click game to just like tap on a phone. So I've been checking that out. I actually, believe it or not, have also picked up Minecraft again lately. I love Minecraft and I've been playing that a ton. Just like sometimes I like to just like start from scratch and see what I can do in the survival mode, and until I get frustrated and switch over to the creative mode and just build cool shit. But other than that, kind of limited in my gameplay. I've actually been playing this cool game too, another mobile game, but it's also on Switch, I think. It's called Bridge Constructor. Basically, they give you a gap to fill, and you get certain materials that you have to build the bridge, and then it does this like physics simulation. But sometimes it does like really funny things with the cars that it tries to get across. I've seen a couple of people play it online, so I picked it up, and that's pretty much the only other thing I played. I occasionally will play something like Peggle on my phone, like Peggle Blast on my phone, just like to have something random fun.
Peggle is amazing. We always pick that up. Like if I'm downloading something on the PS4, I'm like, oh well, let's just play Peggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize Peggle was on the cell phone. I need to download that now.
There's a version. It's not as good as the console version because the music is never the same.
Yeah.
And it's got kind of an annoying arc to it that's the free-to-play model. So I still recommend all the other versions of the originals if you're just looking for a fun, casual, pick it up and just play for a while kind of game. But I have a few things coming up that we will probably touch on some of in our review of what we're going to talk about today too, that I'm really looking forward to. That's probably going to get me picking up my Switch a little bit more than I have lately again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple things. I mean, I know we didn't talk. I don't think we talked about it last time, but they announced finally the release date for Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh, okay.
Did they? I didn't see that.
I have had on pre-order now for 2 years. Because I love Lego Star Wars like so much.
I do too.
I play that game like whenever I'm just like, well, I need something in my life. I need some serotonin, just a crumb of it, and let me get some Lego Star Wars. It doesn't even matter. I have it on every system.
I've got the whole everything Star Wars Lego otherwise on my Steam account, and it's the best.
That was my game as a kid. Like that was one of my favorite games. So it's always something I go back to. But yes, well, I was probably like 12 when it first.
I was probably
on the PS2, maybe
20 the first time I played those, and I still freaking love this
good.
game.
They are good for anybody.
They're
it
so
holds
good.
up. But they released the date for that, so it was 2019. They announced they were going to do the Skywalker saga because at the end of the trilogy, and everybody was like, "Oh yay, finally!" Because they really only did The Force Awakens, and then they didn't do anything else for the new movies. And the other movies are all covered in the other Lego Star Wars games. So we were like, where's the rest of them? So they're like, just kidding, we're going to do a Skywalker saga. So it's going to be like everything in one. And we're all like, yay. So they had like a release. I think it was, I ordered it through Best Buy because you were getting a steel book for the Switch. And it's a little steelbook case, and it's a Lego Han Solo and Carbonite steelbook. And I was like, sold. So I pre-ordered it because I was like, absolutely want that. And then Corona happened, and then they were like, well, we're going to have to push the release date back. So they pushed the date to December 31st, 2020, that whole date or whatever. And then December 21st, 2020 rolled around, and I get an email from Best Buy. It's like, well, it's not released yet, so we have to put your date back to December 31st, 2021. Okay, sure. Maybe next year they'll get it together. And then December 31st, 2021 rolls around and still no release date. I'm getting another email from Best Buy like, hey, sorry. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they finally announced it's going to be, I think, April 5th is the date it comes out. So that's going to get me on my Switch for sure a lot more, but along with all of these other releases. But before we move on to talking about what we're going to talk about, I wanted to touch on what we were talking about earlier before we started recording. And then to my people who are listening, we talked last episode about how I got a new Xbox, but then my TV was shit. And we talked about how I'm playing this beautiful TV, or how I'm playing this beautiful Xbox on a shitty TV with a deadline of pixels. And I was like, but it's just like one deadline. Yeah. It's not a big deal. Like, don't spend the money. Well, for my birthday, Scott got me my new TV. So it is one of those like smart Roku TVs. Yeah. I think it's a TCL. It is, my last TV was a 55-inch, and it probably was like from 2010 or something ridiculous. It was old. So this is now a 4K 50-inch TV. No dead pixels. A little smaller, which I actually like. It probably could have gone down to like a 40, and it probably would have fit in here still pretty well. Because as you can kind of see, I'm sitting pretty close to it, so I don't need a huge TV. But it's really crisp. It sounds a lot better. The sound, like before, I was like, I kind of want a sound bar because the sound is really shitty on the TV. I was always playing with headphones, but the sound is way better. Everything looks awesome. It's awesome to have like the Roku right on the TV. So if I I'm done playing games and I just want to veg on my couch and watch Netflix, I don't have to be on my Xbox to do that or whatever. It's really nice. So that was an awesome upgrade that's gaming adjacent. And then I texted you guys a picture of this last night, but my friend who 3D printed my beer holder for me.
Ooh.
So this was cool. Little, I'll call it a gaming pickup. But my friend, her husband 3D prints stuff, and he found a 3D printing, I guess, instruction, whatever you want to call them, for a Mario warp pipe. And then you would put your beer can or beer bottle in the pipe. And then off of the side, it has 2 little pieces that come off like a handle, and you slide your Switch Joy-Cons in there. So you have your beer in between your Joy-Cons, so you can play and drink at the same time.
Have you tried it?
I have not yet. I'm going to probably...
Can you try it right now?
I mean, I put the beer in it.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it with the beer.
Can you hold it by the Joy-Cons?
Yeah, I want to see you pick it up with the Joy-Con.
Well, I just got a bottle, so I don't think this is going to work.
Is it a little loose with the bottle?
It's a little loose with the bottle. The can's better. Here, I'll show you with a sealed one, since I've got an extra over here. But, so, you pop it in, and it fits pretty snugly.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, okay, so it's like
that's really tight.
Sealed in there.
But so
you can hear
bottom,
that too.
Yeah, at the bottom, it's got a little hole. So when you're done, you just push up from the bottom.
Dang,
that's amazing.
And it just slides right back out.
3D printing never ceases to amuse me.
And then the Joy-Cons actually attach like a Joy-Con would attach.
They just slide right in the groove.
Okay.
Only you don't get the satisfying sound.
I don't get a click, no. But they were saying to try that and see, because I think it might be a little tight. We might have to sand it a little bit more.
Okay.
But I'm also thinking it's just painted. It's just a gray filament, so I might do a painting to it.
The green and the brown on the base.
Green and then brown, and then I think I'll do the Joy-Con holders black, just because my Joy-Cons are the gray and black. So it'll probably look aesthetically nice, but it'll be perfect for doing some Mario Kart drinking and driving. Yeah,
when you sent us the picture, I was like, oh, that would be perfect if everyone had that, for Mario Kart drinking and driving, where you have to finish a beer before the 3 laps are over.
The 3 laps.
That's what we used to play in college. So my friend driver. Yep, my friend got me that. We used to live together in college, and we would play. So, when everybody else was like, oh, there's a party tonight, we're going to pregame in our apartment or whatever, our pregame would be us sitting in our living room, drinking while playing Mario Kart, and then getting drunk enough and going, okay, I guess we can go now.
Yeah.
I won't dox him on the podcast, but I had a roommate in college that used to drink grape soda and vodka and play that game.
Yeah.
And it didn't go well once.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, I had a friend. Well, we did it as a group one night. I had a friend. Do you remember those strawberries in the can?
Oh yeah,
those Bud Light ones. Yeah, he had a couple too many of. They were this big, but they were potent as fuck.
Yeah, that's.
He had a lot of those.
Goosebumps thinking about.
Yep, he had a lot of those playing Mario Kart at our house the one night, and we were sitting outside on our front stoop, and he just decided to just lay back onto the concrete. And I was like, oh shit. And I put my hand out and caught his head from hitting the concrete, but I scratched my whole hand up from it. I was like, never letting him live that one down. And now it's public knowledge. So
only sort of.
All good.
That's fun.
No,
too bad we didn't start this podcast when Four Locos were still a thing.
Oof, I wouldn't remember that at all.
If we had a Four Loko on the podcast, oh my God.
I was just talking about those. My buddy was like, you remember that? I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember we were watching Dateline, and then I remember it was tomorrow.
Honestly,
I had a great night in Westchester, Pennsylvania.
I think I've only had one, and I was like, this is sort of disgusting to drink.
That was right at the height of my college education, and them shits tasted like gasoline and candy all mixed together.
Oh, but they were cheap, and because I was somebody who couldn't purchase alcohol at that time, they were a quick and easy way to get.
I could, and I did. What are we drinking now?
Have you guys had this yet?
No.
Ooh.
on precisely.
Oh my God.
Kelly and Beau are both drinking.
We cracked open the same beer at the same for our second beers.
I have a can, you have a bottle. So this is Hop Horizon IPA by Trogs. It's the
newest IPA. Yeah,
it's a new Trogs IPA. What do you think about it?
I just had one sip so far. Give me a second to have another one.
I think so. This is my second beer tonight, and it tastes very good compared to the first beer that I had. But yesterday I started drinking this with this beer, and I didn't like it at first. I was like, ooh, it just tastes like too fruity or something's just like a little off. But going from something very bitter as my last beer, the Sinister 6, to Hop Horizon IPA, it tastes way more balanced and good.
Okay. Let's run down the specs first before we get into it. It's a 6.5. It says, ever smelled a hop field in full bloom? Hop Horizon is your shortcut to where the sky meets the vines. A blend of pale malts, wheat, and oats lay down a base of gentle grain. Then a combination of Citra, Mosaic, and Sabro hops unleashes juicy waves of sweet citrus, bubblegum, with a punch of tropical fruit.
Yum.
So my reaction coming off of an extremely fruity IPA before this is that this is a lot dimmer than that one. Like almost like cloudier to my taste buds. But I think if I started with this, I probably wouldn't get that effect just because I went from super fruity to not as fruity.
Yeah, it does taste cloudy. I like that as a description.
Yeah, it's just like not like I would say my peach IPA that I just had was a very bright flavor profile, bright and fruity. And this is like a mildly fruity, cloudy, definitely more hoppy IPA than that one. So, but I do like it.
I like it too. It's not bad. Good job, Trogs.
We like a Trogs IPA here.
Yeah.
I feel like a real douche rocket right now drinking Keystone after all these delicious beers.
It's all good. you said you had something else, though, didn't you?
I do. And actually, I can say it now. I'm about to be there.
Okay.
Nothing crazy special, but a Lancaster Brewing Company strawberry wheat.
Oh, a
I was in
classic.
the mood for fruity wheat a couple weeks ago, and I picked these up. But it's a simple beer. It's 4.7. It's a middle of the road as far as like, is it over the top? I don't like when it's over the top sweet. I don't like when it's like they say there's fruit in it and you don't get that hit of that. But this is a nice, like, almost get like I always compare to like a pastry kind of vibe for this one. I'm always a fan of sort of getting the best of both out of that. But it's a simple kind of go-to. I can grab it at the grocery store kind of beer. When I want something just a little bit, low key, but has a little bit more heft to it than just, my crappy light beer.
Have you been to Lancaster Brewing Company brewery, like off of Eisenhower?
Yes, a bunch actually. Specifically
it's been a minute,
for food.
But yes. Oh yeah, their food's good.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I've been there a few times.
They have Philly cheesesteak egg rolls are one of my favorite go-tos there.
Okay. Can't go wrong.
And Reuben egg rolls,
the location
too,
of it.
Yeah, good spot there.
Yeah, it's a good spot. There's nothing else like it right around it,
Yeah. One of my old coworkers moonlighted as a bartender there, so I used to pop over there from time to time.
Cool.
Shout out to Chris if he's still over there.
Cool. All right, so let's get into the main event, which is Nintendo Direct. Just happened February 9th, where we are recording on the 16th. So
a week.
Yeah, a week away.
Still pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh. I just watched it. You guys just watched it.
We're not here we're the quick news for the
no, we're not the quick news.
Breaking news.
We're that slow burn.
We're late.
Yeah.
But we'll give you our opinion. Don't worry.
It's very exciting Direct for me. And probably for you guys. I don't know. Like
I thought it was fantastic.
It was nonstop, like holy shit. They're doing all this.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that I got especially excited about, I already knew about because I saw it around, but there's a lot of good stuff. I tend to get more excited about some of the offbeat stuff like hardware sometimes, but, but this is a good one. This is a very good. There's sometimes I watch them and I feel like I just wasted 45 minutes. Like I could have just looked.
Oh
at
yeah,
this.
absolutely.
But this one, I was happy I got to see a good bit of it.
This one I only watched because Tyler, our friend Tyler Manning, like hit us up, Kelly and I, being like, "Did you guys watch the Direct because of blah 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 blah?" I'm like, "What? Let me stop everything that I'm doing right now." I don't even know what I was doing. I was like, "I need to watch this right now."
Holy Santa Claus!
And I didn't watch the whole thing. I was just like, "Let me just watch like the snippets that he said."
Yeah.
Just to see
the thing was when the Direct dropped, when they were like, "Oh, we're having a Direct tomorrow." Usually, you have like a rumbling of like, "Oh, I'll see whatever on this Direct." I don't feel like there was any rumbling, so I was like, "Oh, there's probably not going to be anything too great." I'm not going to tune in day of. I'll watch it tomorrow or whatever. And then, like hours after the Direct, everybody was like, "Holy fucking shit!" And I was like, "Holy fucking shit!"
There's some cool stuff in this one.
Yeah.
And like I took a little hiatus off of social media, so like I didn't even know. Like I saw Tyler's message a few days after he posted it, and I'm like, fuck. Like the week that I take off of social media, I fucking miss like some of my favorite announcements ever, and like the hype train behind them all. But it's all good. Like I'm enjoying them now. So let's get to it. In no particular order, unless you guys want to go in order.
No,
I'll
you
follow
run it
you.
off. Yeah.
Okay.
You're leading.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Lead away.
I'm just going to talk about the things that excite me.
Okay.
Nintendo Switch Sports,
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
right?
Starting off
That was
strong.
one of my faves.
Very excited about this. So this comes from Wii Sports, the game that everyone knows the Wii for. And they announced a few new things with this. I mean, obviously it's updated graphics. You have the Joy-Cons, which the Joy-Cons are the best thing ever when it comes to controllers nowadays. You don't need a little sensor bar anymore like the Wii had or the Wii U. It just knows where you're pointing, which is great. But you have the original soccer, volleyball, bowling, tennis, badminton, and Chambara? No, those aren't original.
Well, not
So
all of them are original.
Say bowling is original, Chambara is original, and
What is Chambara?
tennis is original. It's
Chambara's
like,
like a fighting, sword
it's like
fighting.
sword
Okay.
fighting, kind of like American Gladiator fighting. You
Okay.
knock
That one
someone
was
off the
on
platform.
Wii Sports Resort, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, new is badminton, volleyball.
Yes.
What was the other one?
They're soccer. They're adding
soccer.
soccer.
And then they're going to eventually add golf.
Yes, and that's looking like a fall update, they said. And then they were going to do something about like matches with soccer online, maybe over the summer was an update, I think
Yeah.
they said. I don't really care about that as much, but
I thought it was interesting that they brought volleyball and badminton into it because I, believe it or not, was a fan of Kinect Sports for Xbox 360. And volleyball was a great addition to that. So I'm excited to see what they do with volleyball, given their dominance of this simple sports game category over the years. I punched a hole in my friend's ceiling playing Kinect Sports volleyball one time. Like,
I believe it. You're a tall person.
Yeah, well, and I love volleyball too. I was like a high school volleyballer, and I was real into that game, and it was fun. But I'm excited to see that they're willing to refresh that franchise and just bring it along to a new platform, because those were very fun games when they were the new hotness.
well, and the thing is, they're also doing you've got your normal local play, but then you've got online play. So imagine if you had the Wii and you could go Wii bowling online. What amazing. Now we've got that.
Yeah.
And interesting to see how competitive that gets.
I recently just got a Switch game hoping that it was like Wii Sports, and it's called Instant Sports Summer Games. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
Fucking sucks. Don't buy it. All right. It is not good. It is not good at all. Kayla and I were trying to play it. Yeah. And we're like, literally we're playing like the most simplest version of Pong as tennis. Like we're just hitting it back and forth. You can't do like power moves or anything. It's just like, who wants to give up first to lose this match? Like it sucked. So as soon as I bought it, I listed it all in the same day on eBay, but it's fine. I hardly paid anything for it, so it's fine. So the next thing that really excited me was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They are doing a booster course pass. So this is paid DLC. It is only $25, and
extensive list too.
You will get 48 remastered courses from across the Mario Kart series, which is insane. It's not all going to come out at the same time. So I believe they're releasing 8 every month or something, or every 2 months.
It's over the course of a year, so it'll probably be every 2 months.
It's 6 waves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But only for $24.99, right? Or you just get the deluxe internet online Nintendo Switch Online, which gets you what? The N64 online
and Genesis.
$50 a year. You've got N64 online, you've got Genesis online, and you've got the Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer DLC as well.
Oh,
Say that
which
all
I
the
already have
DLC.
this. It's paying for itself right now because these are two big games for me, plus the online.
I hadn't been sold on, even as a pretty big N64 fan, knowing that kind of fizzled when it first dropped. I hadn't been convinced to think about the premium online service yet, but this DLC might do that, because I was like, sort of like, boo, I don't need more Mario Kart 8 DLC. When I first saw the report, like, oh, and we're gonna have a bunch of tracks in the old games, they're like, it's gonna be 48 of them. I was like, holy crap, that's like, you might as well call it Mario Kart 9 by that point,
Mario
like,
Kart 8.5.
or at least like Mario Kart greatest hits. Like,
yeah.
I'm impressed with the amount of, reinvestment they're putting back into not just this game but the franchise. It's cool to see.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is such a good game by itself, but for them to add 48 more stages, how many stages are there to begin with? 48, right?
Probably 32. I think it's usually 32.
No, but they have a lot of stages.
The stage selection, if you get the DLC, is going to start to look like the Smash Brothers Ultimate selection screen
of
like,
characters.
There's going to be so many choices if you do buy into it. And I think I saw the first. My favorite game of them is Mario Kart 64. And I saw that they're remastering Choco Mountain as the first Mario Kart 64 track that they're bringing back, and
which was such a kind of plain brown stage, but we all know it and love it.
It's tough, and it definitely separates the men from the boys when you're playing Mario Kart 64. And I'm excited to see that. It'll definitely make me really consider the premium online service, because I'm a sucker for rebuying things from the Nintendo 64 for the Switch.
And I'm not a person that ever buys DLC, but this is hands down day one. I will buy this some sort of way, if it's just for the DLC or if it's for the extra online stuff, and then I get the Nintendo 64 expansion with it. Cool. What is it? Just an extra $5 more for the online than what I am playing?
Looking at it now, because I hadn't even really thought about paying for it.
So year for just online, I think, was $20.
Yes.
And then it's $50 for the extended expansion online.
So is it 70 altogether, or is it just 50?
No, just 50.
No, it's just 50 total.
So am I paying just 30 more, or am I have
think
to
you can
renew it at 50?
Well, I don't know, because I did it when I had to renew. I waited until I renewed.
I think you can upgrade your existing, and
probably
they just tack on what you
totally
owe.
Worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy.
I mean, $30 for all that, or $25 for because I questioned the pricing of the premium service at first.
Yeah.
But knowing that they're going to at least keep investing in the DLC, especially, they've already done it with Animal Crossing stuff. And clearly they're intending on doing so if you're willing to invest. And nobody else does that. I mean, Xbox comes close with Game Pass, but it's a significantly more expensive service for what you get. So it's interesting.
Yeah. No, this makes me love Nintendo so much more, because I'm like, wow, they actually do care. Because at first their internet service sucked.
Yeah, it was
still sort of sucks, but now they're just adding more and more to it, where it makes sense on the premium and the price of it. Give me more Mario Kart, please.
They got Coconut Mall in there, and that's that first release. That's all I need. That Coconut Mall again.
We want more. We want more.
Yeah, I'm excited. So the next thing, which I think they might have ended the direct with this, I could be wrong. I don't know. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which Sam, you said before we started recording, you're like, this is something I don't really care about or know about. It's not that I don't
care. I don't know the first thing about Xenoblade Chronicles.
Right, let me just break it down to you real simple.
Sure.
Big, huge, vast maps.
Big sword.
Like big Final Fantasy VII swords.
I don't even play this game.
British actors.
Okay.
So British voices, big maps, big monsters, small little chibi furry things.
Okay.
That's it. Big giant just RPG. Action RPG. Like you take turns, but you're also it's time based, but if you don't act quick enough, then the enemy will attack you, but you could turn that off in the settings. It's a fun game. I played 1 and 2. And really enjoyed them. So I'm excited for this. Probably not like the first thing I want to buy, but granted, it's not coming out until September 22nd. So we'll see like where I'm at in my gaming, if this is a day one thing or not. I know the Xenoblade games have a limited release, so if you are interested in this at all, I would say pick it up sooner than later, because the resale market is always very high. When it first came out for the Nintendo Wii, it was so rare of a game that GameStop would open their new copies of it and sell it pre-owned at a premium of $90.
I remember that.
Okay. We don't want to do that again. So just buy it new right when it comes out if you have any inclination of wanting to play this. All right. Mario Strikers Battle League. I've never played a Mario Strikers.
Mario Strikers Rocket League.
I'm not a soccer game fan, so like I know the Mario sports games are pretty fun in general, but I just don't like soccer mechanics. So it's not high on my list, but it's cool to see.
I'm a big Rocket League fan, and I think this looks like a Nintendo Rocket League ripoff.
Yes. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's what I thought too.
And I'll probably enjoy playing it if I get the chance, because Nintendo doesn't usually put anything behind. I'm assuming that Nintendo's not developing this in house. Yeah, but
they probably
I think it looks like a lot of fun. I'm hit or miss with soccer games. Obviously I like Rocket League a lot because it's kind of more cartoony. I've played certain soccer games over the years. I'm not like a modern FIFA fan or anything, but I could take it or leave it. But yeah, this reminded me a lot of Rocket League, and I thought it was funny that they called it Battle League.
Yeah. This actually reminded me of Mega Man Soccer for the Super Nintendo.
That's funny you said. I was thinking that in my head, and I wasn't sure if that was a poll that I needed to make, but I was thinking the same thing.
Probably won't buy it, but looks cool.
Nah, definitely.
So another game, a game that they're re-releasing. This Direct had a bunch of PlayStation games coming out. So the first one was Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition. Chrono Cross originally came out for the PS1. It was sort of a sequel to Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo, but completely different timelines and time frames and characters and everything. And it was sort of a flop, honestly, for the PS1 when it comes to JRPGs. Chrono Trigger was such an amazing, beautiful, well-designed game, and people were hoping for a sequel, but never really got that sequel from Chrono Cross, and it had a lot of disappointment. There are a bunch of fanboys that love it. I've tried playing it on the PS1, and honestly sort of got lost on where my character was in the world, because a lot of colors blend in with each other, and it's like semi three-dimensional. So I hope with this remake, it like graphically you can see your character better, like in the background and the world that you're living in. But this is exciting. It's exciting that that Nintendo is buying up old PlayStation properties, because this was a Square game essentially when it first came out. I was going to
say, is it Nintendo releasing it, or is it Square Enix releasing it?
I don't know.
Probably Square Enix, because there's another Square Enix game on this Direct, technically.
Well, and there's an interesting hook to what they're doing with this Chrono Cross release, because they're calling it the Radical Dreamers edition.
Yeah.
And Radical Dreamers was a text RPG for the Satellaview, which is like Nintendo's version of the Sega Channel that only came out for the Super Famicom, which is the most arbitrary thing for them to do. But it's pretty cool that they're willing to take. I want to say it's one of the first times that anybody's taking a game that had been, because the other thing with Satellaview and most of those cable kinds of things is that most of those games got broadcast and then that was it, and they just sort of exist in the ether. And I think this is one of the first times that somebody's repackaging one of those in a legal way, because you see all the like Zelda and that kind of stuff get like fan releases. So that I thought was notable just because of what it is.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing, because I mean, it's who was going to do that? You know, like
Exactly.
nobody wanted it.
Yeah, what is the percentile of people actually playing through the text-based game or reading through it all? Probably like less than 1%, but it's cool that they're adding to it. Yeah.
It's neat that it's getting a physical release that is preserved. I'll say that much.
Yes.
Just basically for, video game preservation in general is a neat. And it's not like text like Zork. It at least does have images. Like I'm looking at some screens of it now. So it's not like entirely, it just doesn't have action elements. It is the same mechanics as any other RPG, and it's reading a lot of text. But definitely more antiquated than anything that Square Enix has done in 25 years.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited for it.
So another title that is coming to the Switch is the Portal Companion Collection. So it's Portal 1 and Portal 2. It's coming out this year. They didn't really give a date or anything, but it's a cult classic, I feel like, for video gaming. It's a good little puzzler, and I don't know. I played a lot of it back when I was poor and was playing Steam games on my MacBook.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of Portal, but it was fun. So I don't know. I might grab it on the Switch if it is cheap enough.
Yeah. I'll be curious what they price it at, because you can buy both games on Steam
for like
Portal 2 is $10. And then the original Portal is they're both $10, so $20.
Every Steam summer sale they drop to like $2 or something.
Well, and if you buy both in a bundle, Steam will sell it to you for $14.98.
Wonderful. Yep. That's, again, like I said, when I was broke.
$50 from Nintendo for sure.
For the low cost of $400, you can buy both games for $15 on a Steam Deck in a couple of weeks.
But yeah, that's true too. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It'd be something I'd grab if it's cheap enough, basically.
Yeah. Splatoon 3. You guys ever play Splatoon?
I want to like Splatoon, and I've never really had a good opportunity to play it with. I feel like it's a game that we all should be sitting in front of a TV playing.
Yes, I like it. I played it when I first got my Wii U. I played a bit of it. I didn't play as much when it came to the Switch, because there were other games that I wanted to play at that time. But I like the concept and I like the gameplay. But I agree. I think if you had like a squad, it would be more fun and you would get into it more.
Be one with the squids. I really liked it when it first came out, mainly because there wasn't that many games out for the Nintendo Switch. Granted, this was just the Wii U version ported to the Switch.
Well, no, it was Splatoon
2.
There was a whole other one. They made the second one.
The original was just for Wii U.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I played a lot of that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, when Splatoon 2 came out, I feel like there wasn't that many games for the Switch, so I played a lot of it. But eventually I was like, all right, I'm done paintballing fucking walls and floors and stuff. I'm like, you can only do this so much. I wish there was like another shooting online game for the Switch that was popular. Maybe there is, but like something like 007 for the 64, but for the Switch.
Maybe.
If only.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
someday. Are you a squid or are you a kid?
Yes. Who knows?
The world will never know.
Yeah. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
This is day one.
For you?
Definitely cool. First fully 3D Kirby game. It's definitely unique for that. I mean,
I love Kirby games.
That one they just released, or they announced the release date. That's kind of been
it's been around
in the hopper, ready to be released for a while now. It looks neat. I've never really dived into a Kirby game fully, and it looks like there's some elements to it that they talk about like I'm supposed to know what they are.
Kirby games have always been, to me, more simpler games.
And they were supposed to be.
Easy to finish, easy to beat. They're similar to like Yoshi games to me.
Yes.
But still fun and still Nintendo made in-house. And this one has mouthful mode, which is the cutest disgusting thing ever.
I was going to say, is it cute?
It is
To
cute.
swallow an entire car.
He's unhinging his little pink jaw, and it's just a whole Trans
He swallowed a
Am.
station wagon.
This whole Trans Am in his mouth.
It looks fun. I don't know. It looks like a fun game to just stick around on and play, like sort of like the Star Wars Lego game, you know?
Yeah. So I love Kirby games. One of my favorites is the Kirby Epic Yarn game. My friend and I beat that in like a night one time. Like it was just boom, running through it. But it was so cute. It was so fun.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun it was a couch co-op too. That's the other thing.
Oh, really?
It was so fun. Yeah, that one was on the Wii, and they did have a 3DS release, but we beat it on the Wii on a couch co-op. And it was a lot of fun as a couch co-op.
I've never played it. I want to play
Get Kayla to play it. I think she'd like that one. You guys would like that one for a couch co-op for sure.
Okay, we will.
Don't the yarn games kind of have like, not necessarily in game mechanic, but like the Paper Mario vibe? Like
Essentially,
it utilize like fun elements of the materials.
Yes.
Yeah,
I appreciate that kind of creativity.
That one was before the Yoshi one, so
yes, Woolly World
or
Yoshi
Woolly
pulled
World.
from-
Yeah,
yeah. Yoshi pulled from that, but I liked it. It was cute, so that's fun.
Disney Speedstorm.
I was excited till they said the words free to play.
It's gonna be 6-year-olds.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear them say that.
It is a free to play game, which means it's going to be frustrating to advance because it'll probably require microtransactions. I'll play it. It's free. Why not?
I'll check it out.
It's also cross-platform.
Interesting.
Cool.
It's cute. It's Disney. I like Disney.
I like a kart racer.
Kart racers. Yeah, I'll check it out. I have to.
If the mechanics are good for kart racing, I'll be down to play it because you don't necessarily have to do microtransactions if you're good at the game.
In theory.
Hopefully.
Say if it's a good free-to-play game, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
No Man's Sky. Who's picking this up?
I am surprised they brought it to the Switch.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. That's all I had in my notes about it. I was like, who greenlit this?
Yeah.
Who wants to play that game on a Switch is my question.
Your Switch is going to overheat. And you're gonna have just like the most pixelated little planet.
Honestly, it's not necessarily that taxing of a game on a PC. Like
it's like Breath of the Wild.
Well, it's not so much that it's it's surprisingly simple. Like Hello Games is a small studio, and there's nothing like over the top high res about the graphics or anything. It's just like
a lot.
The way that it's generating worlds makes it seem
big,
a little bit more like vast. Like that's what they started with when they talked about it in the direct. And they've added to that game a ton over the years. I had it on PC Game Pass that I checked it out again about a year ago, and I had fun playing it for a while. It's one of those games you really have to grind right at the beginning to get going. I mean, kind of like Minecraft, so I appreciated that part of it. But like, you do have to really invest in figuring out what you're doing before you really play the game. So I'll be surprised if it really catches on Switch, but it's neat that they packed it into something that can actually physically be played on a Switch, which we can't say about everything that came in this direct.
There'll be an expansion a year later with the Labo VR kit for it, so you can lay in bed while playing it.
Yes. Yeah, that was one of those games. Like, I remember when it first came out, Scott picked it up. It was like a day one buy for him.
For me,
he loves, like, space and exploration games and stuff like that.
Day one disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
big disappointment for me.
Yep, he played it for a while, and then he was like, I'm done. But then he revisited like a year later, and he was like, oh, it's better.
It is a way better game, but it is not what...
Still not that great.
It got so overhyped, and Sony putting money into distribution probably ruined it.
I'm surprised that they turned around and made it as good as it is today. I played it in VR then later. I brought it back after the VR patch came in, and I was like, oh, this is sort of fun. Like, it's cool to walk around the world, but I can't.
I've never tried it. I'll have to bust out the Quest and try it.
Yeah, I've never gotten off the planet, so...
Oh, see, I've done that. Yeah, I've played it enough that I've actually gotten off of a planet and onto another, and see, that's the other thing though, is you can literally pick the wrong planet to land.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, the first time I played it, that put me on a poisonous planet, and I'm just like, well, this is fun. Yeah. Like, is this every planet? Mm-hmm. But no, it's not. You know.
No.
All right, enough No Man's Sky. It's depressing.
It's a dead horse.
Dead horse. We're beating it.
Yeah. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. I'm excited about this. These were Game Boy Advance games when they first came out, and it's one of our friends' favorite games, Marcus, MKN Retro Gamer,
guest of the
Instagram.
Show.
Yeah, guest of the show.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah. So I'm sure he's very excited about this.
I'm sure.
Graphics looks great on it. All of it looks great.
Yeah.
This might be a day one for me, honestly.
Probably not for me. I think it looks neat. I don't know enough about Advance Wars. I appreciated the fact, though, that at least they attempted to not just say remake in the title of the game and called it Reboot Camp.
Yeah.
They tried to get militant with it, at least. So I give them a feather in their cap for not just doing what Square does, which bothers me, even though I know it doesn't ultimately matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of like tactical RPGs or military style strategy games in this direct, and I don't play those, so this is one of them. I won't be getting it, but I know people love it, and I'm excited for you.
So the nice thing about this that they mentioned in the direct is that you can go back and like reverse time, which you can do in like the Super Nintendo games online, which is beneficial because playing this game on the Game Boy Advance, you make one wrong move and you're like, oh fuck, I'm dead now. But I still have to like go through the whole fucking level until all my people die because of that one move. So this is nice where you can just like reverse it and be like, okay, let me fix that. You know, it's going to be more playable essentially, which will be nice. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
You guys excited for this?
I actually might buy this one because this is a game that I know has a lot of fan base.
It's a great game.
As far as Star Wars and video gamers alike. And I never really put the time into it because it came out at the time when I wasn't spending money on games in that interim. Like I'll say like the Wii era.
Yeah.
The PS3 era, the 360 era, the DS era. I just didn't have the extra money for games, so I just kind of missed it. But I probably will buy it for the Switch so I can give it a fair shake here.
I have it on PC. I don't need it.
Cool. Assassin's Creed, anyone? Nah.
I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan, but cool. Still, they're throwing it on the Switch.
I don't know enough about Assassin's Creed. Did they actually say which Assassin's Creed games it is? Like which three?
Ezio collection.
It's probably the main three.
Yeah, so it's the first
I feel like there's
three,
so many of them. I like lose track because this has already come out for other systems.
Yes,
the Ezio collection.
The Ezio collection has come out.
They had the Ezio trilogy before.
I had it.
Well, but this PS3, very thing is on PS4.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah. Oh. So it's okay. So it's Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Yeah,
I lose track because I have Assassin's Creed Unity, which actually had a lot of fun playing because it came out for free after Notre Dame caught fire in France.
Oh, cool.
I got it on the Ubisoft store, and it's a fun game. Those games are fun, but they're very involved. There's a lot of cutscenes. You do have to invest time, so I probably won't have time on my Switch, thanks. But I cannot hate on Assassin's Creed games. They're beautiful looking games.
No. Yeah. People told me to try 4 Black Flag. They said I'd like that one.
Black Flag's fun, yeah.
Yeah, but I have, again, it's
ships.
time. Yeah. It's time. Yeah, I just don't have a lot of time for it.
So Cuphead's doing a DLC. Anyone excited about that? I think it's cool, but I've never finished the game. It's so fucking hard.
I'm so bad. But you can play as the Chalice now, so
which looks like
Cuphead, and I'm terrible at it.
Yeah,
I love the game, but I just cannot play it.
The Chalice looks like the not Cranky Kong. who was the Kong in Tropical Freeze that made it easier?
Funky
Kong, yeah. Chalice.
What?
Yeah. What? What?
I don't think Chalice looks like Funky
I don't
Kong.
think she looks like Funky Kong.
No, not looks. Acts like it. Like it's an easier version.
Okay. I will take a Cuphead Funky Kong. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I need that in this game.
Like you can double jump, you can dodge easier, this and that. I'm like, okay, cool. This might
maybe
be fun.
Do need the DLC then.
Yeah. Maybe we all need the DLC of Cuphead. So we feel good about buying that game and never beating it.
Oh.
All right. Another fun one that I already own, but it's coming out to the Americas. Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival.
Taiko no Tatsujin.
Yes.
Rhythm
Festival.
Yes. This is the drumming game originally for the PS2 that then came out for the Switch. Kelly and I both own the PS2 version sealed. Right? No? You opened yours? Okay.
No, I didn't. It's still in my closet, and I'm wondering what I should do with it still.
So it's a PS. I was going to say, I think this game looks
a PS2.
like so much fun, and I've never heard of it.
Oh, dude, it's so much fun.
There was a Switch version games. That was, I know I bought on sale on the eShop.
I have the Japanese version.
I could throw it on
Switch.
my hard drive on my PS2.
So you take both the Joy-Cons. If you don't have the drum, you take both the Joy-Cons and you just fucking go
That's
like
what
this.
I was wondering. Is can I just play with Joy-Cons? Because
it's so much
fun. I'm about to jump back into the rhythm game space. I grabbed a controller so that I can play some Clone Hero on my PC, and I love rhythm games. And this one, I was like, this doesn't look like something I care about. I was about to switch. Then I saw that it was a rhythm game. I was like, holy crap, this looks like so much fun.
They're so fun.
And you can play Megalovania on it.
Yeah. They do make a third-party drum for the Switch. If you want one, let me know. I can order.
They make an original one though too.
I know, but I can get you a third. I can get you a third-party one. If you need one, hit me up.
All right. From who?
I was thinking about ordering one for myself, but I hadn't yet. But this one might make me buy one.
Who does the third party one? Hori?
I don't know. I get it through Hyperkin, so I can.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to buy that one. It looks fun.
So
you can
keep going.
AliExpress ones too.
Oh boy,
those are junk. Get one from Kelly.
Yeah. So a game that I'm very hype about seeing is Live a Live, which was originally for the Super Nintendo. It's Live a Live. Is it Live Alive?
It's Live Alive.
It's Live a Live.
It's like, what if it's Live Alive?
Live Alive.
That would make the most sense of anything, but he called it Live Alive in the thing.
Okay, well, my world is ending all around me. It's crumbling. Live Alive was originally for the Super Famicom. I have this for the Super Nintendo English translated version.
Did you get it from our friend Mike?
No.
I know Tyler did.
No.
I was just wondering if you did too.
I just got it from eBay years ago, and it's a fun game that I never finished, but I absolutely loved because it was so, I don't know, it reminded me of Chrono Trigger to a certain degree, but you could choose between, I think, 8 different characters, and each character had its own game. So you would beat that character and then go to a next character who's like in a whole different world. Yeah,
different eras or something, right? Because you're like going from the prehistoric era to like feudal Japan to like the future to like right now.
Yeah, so like feudal Japan, you're like an assassin ninja. So you have to like sneak around and stuff. So it's like different control layouts and stuff, but still like RPG elements linked to the past looking graphics. Mm-hmm. So this remake is in the vein of Octopath Traveler. Is it by the same makers? Do you guys know?
This is Square.
Okay,
Live Alive is Square. So
Square did Octopath, right?
Well, let me look. I should get better information than that because it's probably
until you know.
It's 7 different stories, not 8. Okay.
So it is. Square did the development on Octopath Traveler as well. Okay. So it's definitely their arts. I love this art style.
I love this art style too. What is this called? 2D HD or something?
HD 2D.
HD 2D.
So cool looking.
Yeah. So
an appreciator of the 16-bit color palette.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome looking.
This will be a day one for me, as long as they make a physical version.
Well, yeah.
The SNES version's great though too. If you can find an English translated cart.
Game Room Market, if he still has any. He had a full English translated with a cart and manual and box and everything that was super nice. Tyler got one. I remember him seeing him get one. I'm pretty sure it was this game.
It's a fun game, but
we emulators could put ours on our Switch Classic editions too.
There you go.
I know a guy. His name's Sam. He can do it.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
All right, Sam. Triangle Strategy. Is this by the same makers? Is this Square
also
too?
Square and also HD 2D style.
Yeah,
and
looks fun.
Stamp of approval. Looks beautiful.
Same with Front Mission, right?
Yes.
Looks good. What else do we got that looks good before I go back? Okay.
Speaking on Square, they had the Kingdom Hearts cloud-based collection.
Which I sort of teased at when I was mentioning No Man's Sky. What do you guys think about the cloud stuff?
I mean, I already own these games 2 or 3 times. Why not have a third,
My thought, though, is what happens when Square or whoever decides, oh, we don't need to run a server for this anymore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's...
And you have a copy of this game that you just can't play anymore because it was meant to be streamed from a server somewhere, because you're not actually buying a ROM. You're buying access to a computer that's playing the ROM onto your device. How do you feel about that?
I don't like that concept. I don't.
It's neat for convenience, but I feel like they should be selling a service. I don't feel like they should sell this game by game. This is what bothers me.
Because the server will be taken down eventually. As we've seen continuously.
Or we die before.
What if the
world
last
ends?
signal on Earth is Kingdom Hearts stream?
God.
Let me ask you this, Beau. If that's the last the last stream on Earth and the last food on Earth is Thin Mints, would you consider eating Thin Mints?
No.
If those are the last 2 things on Earth, I'm fucking set.
Yeah, take me out. Take me out.
See you guys later. I'll be here. It's fine. It is Girl Scout season again. We're gonna have to get some cookies.
Yeah,
I say we have a Girl Scout podcast coming up here.
My mother-in-law actually introduced me to Samoas from Aldi's. I'm not sure what they're called, but dude, they're fucking
the truth.
They're banging. They are.
They've got a new flavor this year.
Bentons.
There doesn't need to be a new flavor of Girl Scout cookies. Samoa's wins.
They already got it right.
There's a new one.
Thanks, Sam.
I'm gonna just wreck the Samoas every year.
I don't even care about the new one. I don't even want to hear about it.
I'm sure it's
all
fine.
the way. Yeah,
I'm here for Samoa slander.
I got to be a little jockey embarrassed here. I'm genuinely excited for MLB The Show 22 to come out for the Switch.
Okay.
That's funny.
I love baseball video games. I always have. And up until last year, MLB The Show was a first-party exclusive for PlayStation. It's developed by Sony Computer Entertainment. And last year, they finally branched out and put it on Xbox. This year, they're definitely putting it on Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. I'm hoping they're going to bring it to PC, but I'm very excited because there has not been, just so that for the uninitiated, there hasn't been a cross-platform decent baseball game since 2005.
Yeah.
So this is a big deal for people that are into that kind of stuff, that are, in their 30s, and were playing EA Sports baseball games growing up, and then all of a sudden they decided we're going exclusive for football. So 2K said we're going exclusive for baseball, and then they just dropped the ball. They stopped making games, and there just hasn't been baseball video games. So it seems like a typical sports game, throw it in the garbage kind of thing, but it's a big deal if you've been following that. And that's like your thing. Like I've been playing the same game for 17 years now because I didn't ever have, I had a PS3 for a while, but I just never had the consoles. They just didn't line up for me as far as I was an Xbox guy for a long time. And it's just nice to see it start to come back to earth a little bit. So exciting
Absolutely.
to see it come out on Switch. I'll be picking that up.
All right.
That's cool.
So there's 2 more games that were announced. 2 that I'm so excited about. Kelly, you're very excited about the one, maybe 2, maybe
Well,
both
I'm
of them.
excited about both of them.
Which one you want me to start with?
Well, go ahead. You start.
We're talking about our new online content.
Sure, we'll start
for
with
both
that
of
one.
these. Oh no, well,
no. Just
okay.
So
yeah,
I'll start with
okay.
the
I know-
online content.
I know where you're going now.
My favorite video game, everyone should know this, is Earthbound.
Dun, 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 yes. I'm excited about this too.
I'm so excited about this. There's
I'm
actually
excited.
I have a hashtag saved on my Instagram that's just Earthbound, right? And I don't follow this motherfucker, but it's Earthbound for the Switch, I think is his Instagram name. And every day he would post Earthbound has not come out for the Switch today and would like date it. And I'm like, why do I see this every day that I'm on Instagram? I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I have not yet seen I gotta look up his account to see
I gotta look at it right now
to see if he's posted, you know, something like, "Oh
He's
my god,
probably over
Earthbound
there
came out."
Pissing himself.
Yeah, for the
It's like,
for the
shit,
past
I didn't know
7
what to
days.
do with this account afterwards.
Yeah. Let me see. Earthbound for the Switch. Yeah, Earthbound _ for Switch. So 13 hours ago, Earthbound was released to Switch on February 9th, 2022. Thank you to everyone.
We did it.
Available for 7
We
days
did it,
as of
Joe.
February 16th, 2022.
Oh my
2
god.
days ago, Earthbound was released to Switch on February 9th, 2022. Thank you to everyone. Available for 6 days as of February 15th, 2022.
Oh my god.
So this guy is making, like, literally every day he does this. So this
Earthbound
is cool.
_ for Switch.
Yeah, but
Oh my
the
God.
bound is a 0.
Okay.
So maybe he made an original account that just says Earthbound _ for Switch.
No, I found it. Okay.
Yeah. But every day it was like Earthbound never came out. Oh, look.
He actually now has a post that says it every day.
Yes.
That's really annoying.
It
That's
is really
terrible.
annoying.
Mission
So,
success.
yes,
Like he
on
did it.
February 9th, mission success. Words can't begin to express how much I want to thank every single one of you who has participated in the Earthbound for Switch account in any way. Today on February 9th,
All
2022,
500 of you.
Nintendo announced the release
Get Ben.
of Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings for Nintendo Switch Online. Right now, my heart is filled with joy and excitement, and so many of you are reaching out and sharing your joy with me. So many people supported this project, especially my amazing fiance, Holly. Thank you, everyone. This account isn't going anywhere. Posts will continue. Now go enjoy Earthbound for Switch. This guy sucks. But
We
I
did
love
it,
Earthbound.
Joe. We did it.
He thinks that he made this
He did
happen, but
He put Earthbound on the Switch. It was him. It was all him.
you know, if it was, thank you, dude.
He's
Yeah.
selling
Earthbound.
custom painted Xbox controllers for
Is he?
$40. That's
You know,
admirable.
that tells you a lot about a person.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm seeing now. They're not Xbox controllers. They're like hacky, not Xbox controllers.
That also
Bad
tells you a
candy
lot
kids.
about
Don't
a
get in the
person.
van. Don't get in the van.
Turn around. Say no.
Either way, all right. So Earthbound came out for the Switch. It's online only. So if you have the $20 membership, it's free. It's amazing. It's the same old Earthbound. I've been playing it since I learned about it. I'm very happy. My wife is like, "So you're really going to play this game again?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
It's great that it's portable.
What I'm
That's-
excited,
yep.
yes, and I've had it portable already in multiple ways. But what I'm excited about is that Nintendo acknowledged this game again. It's been a while. The last time it's been on a system is the Wii U, which isn't that far away, but nothing has happened since then. So with them doing this, I almost think it's Nintendo, you know, taking the analytics of people playing this game and seeing how many actually play it to how many people finish it, and if they should proceed in making a remake of it like Zelda Link's Awakening.
That'd be fun. Did you happen to see the promo that they did outside of the Direct for the fact that they're putting Earthbound on Switch Online?
Yes, I might have, yeah.
Where they explain how most people probably know who Ness is because of Smash.
It was the most ridiculous thing, yeah.
It was a lot, but I appreciated the fact that even they were willing to say, like, we haven't done anything with this character, so we feel compelled to introduce him.
Yeah. And it's like, it's a game, but there's not dragons. You beat up your neighbor's dog. And
totally bagging on RPGs.
Don't say that you beat up your neighbor's dog, because that's not what it is. It's not. It's just just an angry dog. Like, don't. No, it's not. It's no one's pet. You know.
Yeah.
If you need happy dog video games, you go to Undertale.
Yeah, which is by someone that absolutely loved Earthbound too.
Yes.
So they did Earthbound, and they did the original Earthbound Beginnings, which never actually came out in America. But
I love that they're actually giving that treatment in America, though. Like, I know they have for years now, but I used to play that as a hacky fan translation as Earthbound Zero before they called it Earthbound Beginnings. And I mean, I've played, like, you know, just straight up fan translations of Mother, and it's fun to see Nintendo treat those games with the respect they deserve.
Yes. I'm so happy for this. I'm really happy to see the future of Mother and Earthbound and where it comes, like where it goes and all that. Like, I feel like Nintendo might be looking at my Instagram and they're like, "Oh, what does this guy like? Oh, let's do something. Let's do something he likes," you know? And I'm happy about that. Or they looked at the Earthbound for Switch account and they're like, "Yeah,
they saw your account and they were like, this guy's got a Nintendo jacket. He must work here."
Yeah, he must work here.
Better listen to him.
For real, though, I do love seeing the fact that they're finally willing to, like, look at some of these
old IPs.
Old IPs, not just these old IPs, but even, like,
a lot
old, like, JRPG properties and say, you know what? I think Western audience gamers can actually play these games, so let's put out English versions of them, like, for real, instead of making them, you know, translate them themselves. It's neat to see there be more buy-in from the West audience too, because I know it's still a niche in this market, but it's cool to see, like, more games getting international respect.
Yeah. I'll say my piece on Earthbound. I know we've talked about it before, probably a million times on here, but I haven't played it yet, and that's because I had, like, a fan translation cartridge or something, and it was just like, I don't want to do it on that. I want to play, like, the actual game, or as close as I could get to an actual game.
We're talking about Mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Well,
Mother
yes and
2.
yes.
You're talking
yes
about.
And yes.
Mother 2. Okay.
You're talking about a Game Boy Advance cartridge, right?
Yes, I had 1 and then 2 and 3. Fans translated.
Yeah,
like, it was like you could play Earthbound, but it's like not Earthbound. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that Game Boy Advance version, I don't think is fully translated.
Never officially.
So my hang up was I wanted to play it correctly. I wanted to play Earthbound itself correctly the first time I played it. And I've been hunting that game I calculated it out. It's been over a decade. I've been hunting that game.
Jesus.
And I was like, every time I came across it, it was just either didn't have the extra cash, but now I wish I would have just, you know, paid the $150.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. So I was just like, whatever, I'll play it someday. But now that this is here, this is going to be the way that I play it. I'm excited to try it.
Let's talk about it, because I have a guest that I want to get on that is a big Earthbound fan, as I am.
It's going to be my nighttime game before I fall asleep. You were talking about how you take the Switch to bed. That's something that I've been doing and have done in the past. And
start playing it, because I
more.
would love to play it with you. I just started it again, and we can sort of play it
I'll start it this week. Yes, that was my plan. That was going to be the next game that I played, and I wasn't going to talk about it there because I didn't want to earlier in the segment because I didn't want to give that away. But I wasn't really diving into anything because that was going to be my big next play. Was going to be Earthbound.
And I literally just started it, and I'm going to play it tonight before I go to bed. But it's a good nighttime game. Yes, it's very peaceful. Definitely play it though with the sound on because the soundtrack is something that makes the game so beautiful.
I do know the soundtrack because a lot of the time when I work or when I'm doing something that requires my attention, I just put on like a generic video game soundtrack playlist. And there's a ton of RPGs that have just beautiful soundtracks, but I don't play them. Yeah. So like Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, wonderful soundtracks, love them. Final Fantasy, love it. Yeah. Never play the games because I'm just not a huge JRPG person, but they have great soundtracks. So yes, I am excited to kind of put everything together.
Cool.
As far as that goes.
Awesome. Well, let's end with our favorite, I guess. I mean, Earthbound was my favorite.
Collective favorite. The precisely choice of the direct.
Yes.
Which I think everybody probably knows if you watch the direct and you listen to us regularly.
God, if it was Dynamite Cop, though, I'd been so much more hyper.
I was going to say, it's not even a light gun game.
Could you imagine? We'd start off the episode, guys. You'll never believe this. You know what? Wait. Start the Instagram account, Dynamite Cop for Switch.
Yes.
I'm on it.
Okay. All right.
Dynamite Cop _for Switch.
Yes. Can you do it?
I mean,
you gotta post every day, though.
Every day.
I said I could. Do I want to?
No.
Not even
don't do it.
Remotely.
No. All right. Do you want me to say it?
Yes.
They're putting Klonoa on the Switch.
Klonoa!
It's happening.
So they are putting the original PS1 game and the PS2 version.
Yes, Klonoa 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch.
Both PlayStation games, which is crazy to me because there was Nintendo Klonoa games.
But
one for the Wii and 2 for the Game Boy Advance. So this is sort of insane that the very expensive PlayStation games are coming to the Switch. And I'm so hyped because I've never... Well, I played the PS1 version on the PSP, but I've never owned it. You own it. And,
yes, I do.
Yeah, and the graphics look great. The updated graphics look awesome.
Oh, it looks beautiful. I was watching the direct and on my TV, and Scott came in. And, well, first of all, I had said earlier when we were texting, he goes, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Nintendo Direct." He's like, "What is that, like Sega Channel?" And I was like, "No."
I love that.
But he, like, sat down and he was, like, watching it with me. And then, like, I knew it was coming on, but I was just kind of rewatching it for note-taking situation. And I saw them cut to it. And I point to the TV and exclaim very loudly, "There's my boy!" And he was like, "What are you doing?" I was just like very excited. It's
so exciting.
It looks so good.
It looks great. I'm happy that it's not just one game, it's 2 games. Mm-hmm. It's 2 of the better games in my opinion.
Yes.
And now more people will know about Klonoa. Like, I'm pumped for it.
He is in the spotlight where he deserves to be.
So I have a question. With these original games that we have, like you have the PS1 version that last time I checked is like worth $400 CIB.
500, but
500, okay. The PS2 version is like $150. Mm-hmm. Do you think that when this game is released in July, I believe it is?
July 8th, I think it is, yeah.
Will that make the price of the originals go down? Or go up?
See, we touched on this in the beginning. I've been trying to remember for the entire time we've been recording. When Earthbound came to the Wii U store, that was like the first digital release of Earthbound because it wasn't on any of them before.
Did it come out to the 3DS too or no? I forget.
I can't remember. But anyway, that era, that store was the first time they put Earthbound out through Nintendo since the Super Nintendo cartridge, I would say. Correct? I don't think there was any other, it wasn't on the Wii or anything.
Yeah.
So I was trying to remember if the price, and I think it did, the price for the original Earthbound cartridge went up.
Okay.
When it dropped on the Wii U.
Because it got more popular.
Yes.
That
and
makes sense.
I think that's what happened. I think it is.
But this will be a physical game, right? And not a digital game. So people have the physical version. So
yeah, but I'm saying for Earthbound again, it's coming out, or it is technically out on a digital platform again. For you, your copy of Earthbound, what are we going to see with it versus, the Klonoa physical copy versus physical copy?
Yeah, so I
don't know.
I just looked up Earthbound, right? And I looked up sold ones. So before February 9th, right? Like, for instance, February 4th, one sold for $435. February 2nd, one sold for $450. A bunch at $450. January 30th, one sold for $550. Just cartridge, right? Mm-hmm. But then you go to the newest ones that sold. February 16th, $399. And then February 14th, $372. So there's definitely a little price decrease after February 9th.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm sort of wondering, do I need to keep my PS2 version of Klonoa, or should I cash in on it, or will it go up in price?
I don't predict the future, but I don't.
I'm going to be the skeptic that says it's not going to waver as much as you'd think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's not. It's not a fan favorite like Earthbound in a way. It's not a cult classic in that sense. It is its own. Like, if you like Klonoa, you like Klonoa. If you know who Klonoa is, you know. But if you don't, you've never heard of this character and you have no desire to have a $150 PS2 game. So I don't think it's going to matter too much on that one specifically.
I think PS2's still got a bit of a wave to go. And I think people are still going to be looking for those games that are still accessible. Because I don't think... it's not like it's still going to be in demand on a PS2 whether there's a Switch version or not.
Yes,
it's time and time again, these remakes don't necessarily completely eat away at that value. So I'll remain skeptic.
Okay,
that's fair.
I might hold on to it then.
The PS2 is in its hype phase right now. We see the ebb and flow of every generation. And that's what I tell people right now when they're looking for PlayStation 2 stuff, or if they're looking for a PlayStation 2. Why is that more expensive, or why can't I find a copy of Simpsons Hit and Run or whatever? And it's because everybody's looking for it. Everybody wants to buy it right now. That's the wave of nostalgia that we're riding, is the PS2 era. PS1 is a little bit pretty heavily on that, and the GameCube though right now for sure.
Is Simpsons Hit and Run seriously hard to find?
It's like a $35 game, I think.
Wow,
$40 game. Yeah, but people want. I mean, it was a good game.
I know it is. I love that game. I just haven't bought PS2 because I'm a hacker and I have my free McBoot. I don't need to buy a PS2 anymore.
I know. You're fancy. But yeah, no, PlayStation 2 is still pretty sought after. So a lot of people are buying it.
I knew that for sure.
So, yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to let my dogs out right now. Now. I am. It's amazing having a wireless laptop. Yeah.
It's MTV Cribs right now. We're getting a tour.
I'm trying to let my dogs out
how
while
far your
podcasting.
Wi-Fi is going to go before the podcast is just me and Kelly.
Yeah, it should be all right. There might be some door creaking and stuff like that.
You walk far enough, you might be able to catch my Wi-Fi.
Maybe.
We could triangulate between the three of us.
I'll just put a hanger out my window and see if
curve it a little bit.
Anything goes a little farther. Yeah. So I got antennas, so I could beam it to your house.
Here's
I could
the game I just got. Too.
Oh, I didn't pick that one up yet.
Ooh, he's holding up Mario Party Superstars.
Yeah, so this is all the original Mario Party games.
That did look pretty solid.
I do want to get that one.
I could bump some balls if you know what I'm saying.
Heck yeah.
I could do it all. I'm very excited for it. It was only $30 at the pawn shop. Someone pawned it with an OLED system and then ended up selling it to us. And I was like, I want that game. So my manager gave it to me for $30. And I was like, cool, I will buy that because that's a $50 game all day.
Yeah. Good deals.
So, fantastic.
Anything else that you guys want to talk about, or do you want to call it a night?
I've talked all I can talk.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I've said my piece on everything that was on the direct.
So we're excited about Klonoa, Earthbound, Live a Live, and everything else.
MLB The Show.
And MLB The Show, yeah.
Kirby.
And we're very excited about our beer release March 5th at Lovedrafts Brewing Company. So if you guys are in the central Pennsylvania area, please join us March 5th.
Even if you don't want to play Smash, come hang out
and have
drink
a
beer.
Yeah.
Lovedrafts is such an awesome place, and you're going to have such a good time hanging out and maybe even just hanging out with us that night. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. It will be fun.
I do want to say before we close out here, I'm sure that we have or are going to be picking up a couple more listeners with this traction from Lovedrafts. And I want to say thank you for at least giving it a shot. If you're a fan, welcome.
If you're not, sorry.
It's just a fun hobby.
Except if you're still listening and you're not a fan, like, you're
what
dumb.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Anyway. Beau's podcasting from his fridge.
Beau is podcasting from a train right now. Because
I'm looking for another beer, even though it's like so late. I probably shouldn't have a beer.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, just
hitting the peak of the mountain.
Thank you for stopping in and checking us out. And we hope to see you at the beer release. If not, you'll be there in spirit, I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll have a fun time. And I plan on posting a really cool video that Sam made for the Super Smash Brothers tournament.
Post that tomorrow. Can we post that tomorrow? I'm so excited to share it. I want to share mine tomorrow. Yeah.
So, there's already a cool video out by the time you're hearing
this. By the time you hear this.
I was going to wait until this comes out, but no.
No. When Sam sent that video the first time, the sound that left my body was not. I was laughing so hard.
All right.
Oh my God.
I'll post it tomorrow. That sounds good.
I'll post it tomorrow.
I had fun with that one.
I can't hold on to it any longer.
Okay.
It's like Christmas.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening, and thank you too for being on this podcast with me. This was a lot of fun.
Of course, absolutely.
Let's do it again soon,
please.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do it before the event.
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
Can do.
Sounds good. Well, I will talk to you guys soon, and we out.
We out.
We out.